Good morning, everyone. Right now it's 5:30 a.m. Monday morning, so happy Monday. And I want to share my daily gains from yesterday, July 5th. And so I want to do this every day because I want to start my day with just inspired. And I want to do this first thing in the morning. And I got up at 4 o'clock, which is the time that I get up. Sometimes I'll get up at 3:30. Sometimes I get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, but typically between 3:30 and 4 o'clock is when I get up. And the first thing I want to do is to really reflect and meditate on my gains and inspire myself in the work that I've done. And it's first thing in the morning, and so I haven't done my hair yet. And but this is what I want to share right away, and I want to share this, lead the way for my communities on the Living Strong community and also our performing arts community. So you guys are seeing this and decided to do this to lead the way because I want you guys, encourage you guys, inspire you guys to start every single day looking at your gains. And gain is simply this you reflect on where you were, let's say the beginning of yesterday, and then what you learned in the course of your day and what you accomplished, everything that happened that you could say, oh my gosh, that's a gain, and I'm better and more empowered because of that. And I want us to start, and I want me to start my day really looking at that as opposed to what we call the gap. And it's taken from a book called The Gap and the Gain from Dr. Benjamin Hardy, who's an organizational psychologist. And he's the one that's really helping me understand how to improve my business with the karate school and help other local businesses. So anyway, I say all that so that you understand that there's this idea of gap, right? Where you are and your ideal. And you're here, and then you have this ideal outcome, this goal that you are working hard to get to. And we're always looking at what we need to do to get there, and we're chasing after this ideal. That's the gap. And looking at what you have to do first thing in the morning, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to accomplish this. Sometimes, I know for me, it really sometimes discourages me, gets me exhausted. And so I don't want to start my day that way. I want to start my day empowered. And so the suggestion, and the science shows this, you see this in the book, The Gap and the Gain, that Dr. Benjamin and the other gentleman that he writes this book with, Dan Sullivan, talks about how the science says that if you start off looking at your gains, your accomplishments, what you learned and how you were empowered, will set you up to have this spirit of energy and drive and enthusiasm and inspiration as you go through your tasks for the day. So anyway, with all that being said, these are mine. Okay, so here we go. I have it right on the screen, and I print this up. I dictate in something here on my phone. I have a dictator. I dictate into that, and then I have a software that will take it and then put it into this format where I could then tweak it and then share it with you guys. But anyway, daily gains for July 5th. And one of the biggest lessons I was reminded of yesterday is that progress isn't just about getting more done. It's about building systems that make it easier to keep moving forward. And systems are something we're going to talk a lot about as I move forward. But anyway, that was one of my biggest lessons yesterday. And throughout the day yesterday, I focused on strengthening both of my communities, the Living Strong community and the Performing Arts community. And this video is being watched by both communities. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys have that. So I wanted to make sure every welcome message, every onboarding step, every video, every script, every workflow had the same purpose: creating a better experience for all members, new members who join, and also members who are continuing. So I'm going to stay highly connected there. Renee is also with the Performing Arts community. We're going to stay connected, and we're looking for members that want to engage and really create these conversations that empower each other. So anyway, I continued refining the project and giving it clear identity, and that's centered on daily action. After spending, let's say, the last 20 months, preparing my body, following up with my two hips and getting those replaced, and now 20 months later, it's time for me to refine that Project Strong, which is my personal work that I'm going to do, and along with my community in the Living Strong community. And I starts today. Later on today, I'll be doing a routine or fitness, and I'll talk about that later on. So anyway, I spent most of my time preparing our communities for that. First impressions matter, and we should know that first impressions matter. The moment you meet someone, right away you're going to get an impression. So how you act and how they act, it creates that relationship and an impression. And another important realization came from thinking about community itself rather than focusing on how many people have joined. It's not about numbers for me anymore. It's about choosing the right people to come into the community and engage, to focus on serving the people who truly want to participate, and creating these healthy communities that aren't built by counting members, but are built by creating meaningful engagement and experiences, and really help people take action. So that's the number one thing, taking action. We have access to so much information, and have this, a lot of my friends are saying they're having this information overload, that on their devices just scroll, they stop, they take information, scroll, and all of a sudden you're like satisfied, but yet you really didn't do anything, no action. And you'll sit back and you take a break and you relax because you just exhausted yourself going through getting all this information, and you really don't accomplish anything. So about taking action, which is why I'm doing this, taking action. And then a couple of my gains, very quickly, I just went through the gains and what I did on my software that I have, or this device that I have where I notate, and that's how I do my interviews as well. So I just record everything, and then I ask an app just to take what I've said and just give it an order and then structure it. Then I write from there. But all my gains, strengthened my Living Strong community, built the performing arts community onboarding system, refined what to expect when you come into a community through the welcome video messaging, clarified vision and identity of my Project Strong, okay, which I'll be implementing later today, first day today. Join me. If you want to join me, let me know. And improve my community membership and engagement strategy. And the moment, as soon as you come in as a member, I right away want to connect with you, create engagement and a conversation, and I want to help and serve you. Have any questions? I want to engage. Create personalized welcome messages for new members. So as soon as you come in, you would get a video from me because I want to connect with you right away, because this is what community is about. And I go out into the community physically, and I want to meet people, engage with them, and get to know them. I want to do the same thing here in our communities here, albeit we're not in person live. However, we can still connect in a live way, in real-time way, real people connecting, especially in this day of AI and all that. So anyway, develop repeatable content creation workflow. In other words, I want to have a flow. The way I work as a creative, I'll be here, then I'll be there, I'll be here. I need to keep that structured and create a content workflow where I share stuff with you. And sometimes I'll get an idea and then I'll right away record it and put it up there. But I have to have a flow for that and a workflow for that. This way it's structured. And of course, producing new videos, titles, descriptions, and posts for both communities, because I have two communities that I am managing and that I own, and I want to make sure that they are both given equal attention and valued. I want everyone to feel like they're heard, that we're listening to you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we value you. And that's the most important thing. And I updated my personal bio to better reflect my current mission. And my bios were based on when I first opened, especially Living Strong, which was a couple of years ago when I did that community. I had to update my bio there. And I also needed to make sure I clarified my bio to where I am today, what my mission is today. And then invest meaningful time with my family. And first and foremost, and the last thought is always family, friends, connection. So every day, I want to let you know every day, and I have to remind myself, there are opportunities to learn, to improve, and to serve. Some gains are visible, but others we have to look for. They happen quietly, little small things, and that helps build habits, stronger systems, and deeper relationships. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys today. And remember, every day, gives you choices, and within those choices, there are gains. And like I say, you're never too old, broken, bruised, or beat to live strong. So let's live strong and have a great day. And I'd love to hear your gains. So share below your gains from yesterday, or your gains that you can think of right now. What's your gain right now? All right, think about that. I want you to have a gain. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.